Welcome to Get Roaring. I am Rory. Fancy meeting you here. I think I'm a little dark today. Let's try that. See if that helps. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to Get Roaring. I am Rory. Fancy meeting you here. It's time for some NHL franchise mode. I think, based on last week's sort of conversation, this will be the last season we do as Buffalo. We've given it the old college try. It's almost 10 years. We've come close here and there, and hopefully we win it this year. But regardless of whatever happens in the playoffs this year, we're going to call it. That's it. So let's get to the deadline. What I'm thinking, though... Do I want to definitely try and upgrade on defense here? Because we have, like, Voutilainen and Yakimchuk there. But McMuffin is playing on the second pairing. Doesn't really fit that well. I'm wondering if we go out and get one more defenseman. Because I'm happy with our goaltending. Pretty happy with our top... like our offense in general. Although I don't know how things are going to shake up if Vetterl can be a left winger as well. I mean, our team is pretty potent. So it's... How is our cap doing? What's our cap situation? It can't be great. It can't be like... You can't have a whole lot of room going on, I gotta say. We got 5. Let's see. I'm kind of interested. What would it take? Reichel, Federal, or Lejunin? Obviously. Okay. So top players. I'm trying not to take away from the roster. I'm trying to add to it. Zane Parekh has an extension. Probably not getting Parker. Five years at 7. Matejchuk could work. If they retain, but what are they looking for? Ivanen, Ladipov, or Tamura in a third and a fourth. That might do. That might do. Do they have a fourth line center that I could take off their hands? Riley Height doesn't fit. Does Jack Drury fit? 3. What about McBain? Top 6 penalty killing. I'm interested in Jack Drury. I don't know if that works out money-wise. Like... It says we have money, but it also said we have 5 in cap. So, let's see what this looks like. So that's 3.1, then we have 5 minus 2.8. Maybe it works, because that's 8.3. It'd be tight. So maybe if they retained like 1.5. Can we throw in our second? Throw in our, was it our second and our third already? I would do that. Buffer it just for a sec. Woefully insufficient, okay. Just doesn't meet the value, okay. And they're probably gonna say, we don't want to retain the South. Woefully insufficient, okay. What if we include 2/3? Okay, so it's not meeting their expectations. Do Pittsburgh and Boston's picks. Add in Ottawa's? Yeah, okay. Let's back it up. Okay, let's try Drury and Matejchuk. Let's go Columbus. Add. There's also Mason Lohrei. What if we took a look at Mason Lohrei? Because he's also injured. Mason Lohrei. What if we went into Drury and Lohrei? McMuffin, Hyven, and a third. Yeah, so, sort of took away from... bunch of picks we have offered. Columbus. What if we just did Mason Lohrei for now? What's Lohrai's contract though? 5 million for 2. So it's cheaper. Let's find trade. Ladipov. Arvidsson. Third in Arvidsson or Bolduc and a third and a fourth. Also Romanov. Romanov fits better. More money though. Alright, let's back it up just a sec. What if we did Romanov? Kind of like Mason Lohrei better. Although Romanov has, well, he might have Sparkplug. There's Provorov too. Provorov's in the AHL though. Let's keep looking. Eligible defense. Bischel? Oh, I like Bischel. 5.1 for 3 years. Okay, let's back it up. Back it up. Dallas. Bischel. What do they want? Ivanen. A third Arvidsson and a fourth. Probably doable. Tamura and a fourth would help with the money. Bolduc would help with the money. What is Bolduc? Like, where is he right now? He's there, but not playing. Yeah, maybe we go with Bolduc, because he's only played 2 games. I'm fine with that. That also cuts some of the money out. 3 years left. They're not going to want to retain. It's quite high for the 3 years. Let's see if we can make the money work a little better. Might have to pay up for this, though. Probably not going to go with that. Okay. Let's add in a couple more draft picks. Should be fine. Ooh, they're being tough. Okay. Boston Bruins. They do want the third. So let's do a second and a third and a fourth. Let's try the second and the fourth. Let's add in Ottawa's third. Maybe we just ship some salary the other way. All right, let's back this up. Let's back this up. Definitely interested in the Bolduc deal. I think we can do that. Question is do we have salary we can ship out? Check out the salary for a second. Where's our highest AHLer? Adams. Adams at 1.5. Can we include Adams in the deal? Maybe we just get rid of Adams. Include Adams in the deal, but then do they have like an AHL type defender that we can just swap out there? Fence is really in a weird place. Villeneuve? That's fine. Let's do that. I'll cut some salary down. Yeah, I'm okay with it. You took some salary from me. I'm not worried about it. Alright, we still have 3.653 in cap space. That was good. Let's take a look at our lines. Bishop comes in the second line, which I'm not super against. Do we have a better option than Villeneuve in the NHL? Or in the AHL? Not really. Villeneuve is okay. Let's do another option. Let's look past Detroit. Looking for like those older guys without protection, but pretty cheap kind of thing. Definitely not Morrissey. Brant Clark's making almost $16 million. Goodness. Definitely not Steve Bouillon. Back in Ninen. No, nothing there. Noah Dobson's now 33 years old. Prime Lane Hudson there. Not seeing anything of the ilk that we're looking for. I mean, Zach Whitecloud is not a terrible idea. Him or Struble. I kind of like Zach Whitecloud. Okay, he's on Philly, so we can come back to it. Wow, Shea Theodore is in the last year of a $9 million contract, and it looks like is he an AHL player at this point? No, he's still an NHL player. Goodness. Brendan Montour is interesting, but he's making almost $8 million. Wallman also, but he looks like he's declining a little too much. Brendan Carlo. Would not be terrible, but I'd have to scout him because I'm not sure where he is. Logan Stanley also not terrible. Be nice if he was cheaper. Hronek's making 10, so that's not happening. Oh, wow. This guy is, like, perfect. What do they want for him? A fourth? Okay. I think we can do that. Huh? Okay. Is Villeneuve a better option at this point? I'm gonna go for that. Okay. I'm happy with that for the moment. I'm happy with that for the moment. Okay. Let's go ahead to Montreal. I mean, hard to say no, actually. Brent Howden. What's up with Brett Howden? 35 years old, he's a 78. Short-term contract. Also claim. Perfect. Ishel's traded for it. Immediately injured. Okay. Immediately. Matt Kessel is in for some reason. I am so confused. Did I not bring up a player? Did he get taken? He did not. Did William Villeneuve get taken? No, he didn't. I'm so confused. Okay. kind of what I was expecting. Mitchell is injured. Arvidsson, Kessel. Kessel can probably go down. Okay. All right. Let's see how we do against Montreal. Rasmus Dahlin scores in the first minute and a half. Nice. Cole Caulfield gets one back. But Reichel scores on Dobish to make it 2-1. All right, let's continue. We had a 5-on-3, but nothing happened. It's kind of disappointing. Ladipov puts one in on Dobish. So does Lejunin. So does Hyvanen. 5-1 so far, going into the third. Pasta, who's a Montreal Canadian, puts one in, but Lejunin gets one right back. He's like, nope. 4-goal lead. That's what's happening. Reichel says, what about 5? Nazar has other ideas. So does Jackeye. Power play for us, 7-4. No goaltending was found in this game. There we go. 7-4 win over Montreal. I will take it. Reichel with 2, sort of with 3 assists, and Lejunin with 2 as well. So a Montreal Canadian sneaks into the 3 stars there. You know. Okay, I do want to check out. Let's go back to Philly. Just want to see what's going on there. The Flyers, first of all, eligible for trade. Defense. Man, they have Edvinsson. Pretty convincing contract, too. Defensive pairing 3. Doesn't work out. Struble and White Cloud. White Cloud might be on the decline. Played the majority of this season for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. And has not been super effective in 9 games in the NHL. Though, I expect him to be more defensive than anything. Neither of those really, you know, work out. I do like Edvinsson. Okay. McAvoy is interesting if he wasn't carrying a $6 million price tag. Ooh, Brendan Carlo is not in good shape. He is not in good shape. Doesn't look like anyway. What about Logan Stanley? You might as well check him out while you're working on those. Probably couldn't fit Broberg, so I'm not going to be too worried about that. Okay. We may have done what we're going to do. Let's see how the calendar looks. Let's get to Ottawa here. I know we used to do Detroit, but yeah, whatever. Federal, what's up? Managed to play left wing. I'm ready to contribute effectively in this role. Excellent. Hold on, let's back up the trolley. I want to see if that's affected how the coach does the lines. No. Okay. Oh, maybe it does. Latipov is down to the 4th line. It's weird, because I would expect Latipov to be on the 3rd line. I mean, we do have way too many good players, but we're also just trying to push here. There will be injuries and such. Brent Howden is okay. Maybe it'd be nice to have like a 4th line winger that's a little better than Arvidsson. How's Arvidsson doing though? 6'3", 207, 3 goals, 5 assists. He's a playmaker. He does better on the higher lines. Let's see if we can find more. Actually, let's check morale. So I don't want to mess with things too much. Get people all angry. Alright, Gauthier is a leader. So he's kind of stuck. Arvidsson is a whatever. So let's see. Again, kind of looking for like an older guy that has like an older guy that has some kind of like some X factor sort of lingering around. Definitely a Jarvis with his many, many millions there. I don't know, Siplikov is the answer. Marchenko makes way too much money. We wouldn't be able to fit him in. Nico Rantanen makes way too much money. Snuggerud, maybe? Still not exactly what I'm looking for. The cat would be kind of cool, but again, too much money. Willie's making 15. On an extension. I don't think we can squeeze that in. Even with like half retention, I'm not sure we can make that work. Kempe's making a lot, so is Svetch. Oh, and Tippett? Oh, and Tippett's kind of interesting. One of a McMuffin of some variety is what they want. That's a lot of value. Let's try a 5 and a 6. Quite far off. Quite far off. Straight up. Alright, I'm okay with that. Now it appears our cap situation would be more difficult. Who's our highest paid non-NHLer? Adams. Take a pick back for him. Minnesota would have more than that. I want to trade to Montreal. Jersey. Somebody in the West. Perfect. Third and a 7th. Third and a 4th. Might as well just do a 4th then. 4th and a 7th. All right. That saves our cap situation. Okay. How come Owen Tippett is scratched? What the heck? What? Why is Brett Howden in? Oh, Lord. We picked up Owen Tippett. I guess he's better on the higher lines. Oh, mercy. Well, I guess there'll be injuries. How's defense look? Back where it was. Okay. Anyway. That increases our... that increases our situation where if we get a forward injured, then we have a good solid backup. So I'm going to go with that. So we may not need to do the deadline this year. I think I'm good. I guess we'll go there anyway and see what happens. When I got Brett Howden, though, I didn't expect Howden to be in the lineup. I expected him to be like a depth guy. What do you do? What do you do? 1-1 after 1 with Ottawa. We had the lead, but then Shabbat decided that we should not, be in the lead. There we go. Tamura puts one in a very quiet game. Vladipov puts in a power play goal. It's funny how, like, with those lower level contracts, like the Adams for 1.5 and stuff like that, Ottawa ties it up again after Vladipov's power play goal. Looks like we might be going to OT. We're going to OT. How, like, those contracts for $1.5 million cut you to, like, right to the line, but then you can make up for it. How did he put one in after I'm like, dude, why are you in the lineup? He's like, because I score goals in overtime. Bishop with 2 assists. Apparently Sanderson and Shabbat were just all over the place. Goodness. Alright, let's see where we're at. Ottawa again in a week. On Sunday for some reason. Alright. See how we do against Ottawa? Not much so far. Lejunin puts one in on McKee. Okay. McKee? Okay. Lejunin gets another one. 2-0. Power play for us, nothing doing. Another power play. Reichel puts one in on the power play. Shots are 23-9. Goodness. Jake Neighbors puts one in, but Ladipov gets it right back. 4-1 so far. Power play for Ottawa, nothing doing. Going into the third, 4-1. Ottawa started to get some shots in there. Reichel puts in another one, 5-1. Lejunin puts in another 6-1. Okay. Okay. A little bit of a runaway there in Ottawa. 3 stars. Lejunin with the Hattie. Reichel with 2. Cooley 4 assists. Excellent. Fantastic game. There's the trade deadline. Let's go up to the Leafos here. Got a couple against the Leafs, it looks like. Second in the division. I don't think we're Willsby. Willsby! Get the cognac! Let's take a look at Willsby. I'm on the declining end of things. I don't think we're winning the conference this year. I don't think that's gonna happen. Because in the Metro... Well, top is 85. Oh my gosh, top is 85? What are the Flyers doing? 41-9-3. Goodness. We're 31-18-2. Kind of in line with the rest of the everybody. I don't know what the Flyers are doing, but it's insane. They are definitely #1 in the league by a wide margin. The Sharks are the closest with 75, so 10 points behind the Flyers. The Flyers are nuts. Okay. Well, I mean, hopefully we can start to stack together some points, see what happens, but, you know. Power play goal for Toronto, scored by Lund on Wolf. Power play again for Toronto. Nothing doing. Alright, 1-0 after 1 for Toronto. Richie puts one in. 2-0. So far we have 8 shots. Okay, on the 9th shot we put one in. 2-1 for Toronto. Soderblom with a power play goal. 3-1 for Toronto. Heading into the 3rd. 4-1. This is really not our night. We're not shooting the puck. Cutter Gauthier gets one on the 16th shot. Ethan Gauthier gets one. All the Gauthier scoring tonight. Need one more with 3 minutes left. Looks like we started to push a little too late. 4-3 win for the Leafs. Richie with 2, Beck with 2 assists, Kesselring with 2 assists, and nothing for us. They're just ahead of us in the division, so it's not like it's a nothing matchup, but hopefully we can take this one. 4-3 is okay, but we came on way too late. 2-1 win. Easton Cowan and for 2 seconds. Well, what are you saying? I don't think so. I don't think it really fits what we're looking for here. Shootout loss to the Kings, loss to the Panthers. Lost to the Golden Knights. We've slipped into a wild card position. I have to get... Wait, this game matters against the Leafs. I for the life of me don't understand how you can like have such a talented team and it's just sort of like meh. I guess composition matters more than just straight up talent. I don't know. I don't know. Nothing after 1. Lejunin gets a power play goal. Cutter Gauthier scores one on Mackenzie Blackwood to make it 2-0. We need this game against the Leafs. Time is fading in the third. Lejunin gets the empty netter for the win. Okay. So at least we take one back from the Leafs. Lejunin with 2, Wolf with 19 stops, Cutter Gauthier 1-1. So light work for Wolf in that game, which is weird because the other game was much more difficult. That does put us within 2 of the Leafs. The Penguins are way behind, and so are the Senators. So unless the Penguins like really start, you know, tearing through games. It's okay. Save a contract spot. Dowdy's an 84. Don't want to take the salary, so I think we'll decline. Okay. Loss and a win. That gets us to Vancouver here. Again, we're now we're like 6 behind the Leafs with a game in hand. We're 2 behind the Blue Jackets for the higher wild card spot. Our locker room chemistry is okay. It's at 75. I'm not... Okay. Howden is down... Howden has 4 goals and an assist in 21 games. Like 5 points in 21. If he scores 20 points on the 4th line, that's not terrible. But I didn't envision him and Ethan Gauthier playing and Owen Tippett sitting on the bench. Like, why is Owen Tippett just sitting on the bench? I guess because he doesn't fit on the 4th line? Yeah, Howden, like, fits on the 4th line. This is weird to me. Like, if coach is not going to play Owen Tippett, he's not helping us. After all that time of trying to find somebody, and we find somebody, and then coach is like, nah, I don't think so. Probably not trading with Ottawa. I don't know what Philly would want. Already pretty good. Oh man, Fantilli's making some cash. Goodness. Shane Wright is making money too. This is not how I thought things would be going. Good old Tage. And Gushin. There's like a little rewind there. $15 million. Goodness. That's us. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't be upset by Dylan Larkin, but I don't know if he would get played. And he's declining. But I don't really care about that. 2 years, though. Also don't care about that. Oh, man. I don't know. Pierre-Luc Dubois does not fit, like money-wise. I don't see a better fit. I don't see a better fit. So many forwards fit on the top two lines, but doesn't fit on the bottom six. I don't know what Barkov likes on the bottom six. It's kind of weird. We may just have to ride with it. I don't know. If he gets put in the lineup, he gets put in the lineup. Maybe we can talk to him. Hold on. Oh, and two. Scheme fit, play style. Let's try scheme fit. But like, okay, so he's just inflexible, which I kind of get. He's 35. I think their flexibility gets low. Okay. Okay, Owen. Just continue to ride the pine until somebody gets injured. Bill Albert. Take a look. Nope. Fourth round, no. Okay. Just checking. Couple wins going into the deadline. Try ticket prices. Yeah, we'll just, yeah, it's fine. It's fine as well. We are going to be a buyer. If something should come up. I think I'm just going to hang on to Owen Tippett in case somebody gets injured up in the top of the lineup. He can pop in there. That's the hope. The Jets? Trade a second and a third to the Red Wings in exchange for Casper, a fourth, and Engstrom. Okay. Vancouver. Coots Catton to the Leafs in exchange for Afanasenkov, a third, and Wells. Okay. No offers thus far. The Blues. Unger Sorum and McConnell Barker in exchange for a second and a fifth. It's a lot of last names exchanged for a couple picks. Moroza in exchange for Janes and a third. Tampa Bay Lightning trade Cole Perfetti and Lutz to the Devils in exchange for Burmistrov, a second, and Gagne. Okay. Lots of action. Basically, we don't have the cap space for anything major. Also, I don't really see a better option, and Owen Tippett is inflexible. That's what it is. Oh, Philly's on the action. A second and a sixth in exchange for Taylor Radish. Wow, okay. They wanted a lot more than that for Taylor Radish that I recall. Computer's cheating. Yeah, no. Computer's not cheating. It's kind of whatever. Blackhawks traded to a second and a seventh in exchange for a third. Miroshnichenko and Wheatcroft. Okay. Am I happy with my defense? Am I happy with my defense? I don't have a lot of cap space though. I mean, unless somebody takes Howden. He fits my fourth line perfectly. That's the weird part. It's perfect on the fourth line, but man, is he declining. I hate to trade with the Leafs, but maybe this has to be the way it goes. If we give them a fourth, will they give us like a fifth? Their fourth? Does that work? With the 7. Okay. Neuenschwander? Doesn't fit. He's a sniper, though. How come I don't have any good information on anybody? What are my scouts doing? Exactly. Not that I overly want to trade with Montreal, but seems like oddly there's not a whole lot going on. It's not a sure thing. Like we don't have a good track on what that player is. I don't have like a track on anything. Second, Ward and Ulrichsen. Why not? We'll see how that shakes out. Trade with Ottawa, but futures basically, so whatever. I'm gonna still keep looking though. Top 6. Top 6. Again, don't really want to trade with the Leafs, but if we could take something away from them and give them futures, that would not hurt either. Interesting. What was Tapper? First round, 9th overall. Alice Chuck was 18. Ward will never see the light of day. Let's do it. Let's try and supplement it a little bit. Might be able to get the 6 in there. Okay. Alright, we'll see what happens. Let's look at our defense for a sec. Still gonna have to go with that. A forward group. Tippett, Tamura, Gauthier, Wasselin is in there. Might have to shift that around. We'll see. Okay. So working around the edges. Nothing crazy. We'll see how it goes. Kind of like futures, but just more like trying to get players that are a little further along. Maybe they can pop in there. Howden was declining. Like, he did some stuff, but he was declining. Okay, I think I'm done. I think we're done with the deadline. Maximus Wainer. Wainer? I don't know. Sure, we'll take the depth. Sure. Okay. What just happened? Did Maximus make the team? I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look at the lines for a sec. This blows me away. I just don't know what to think about that. Maximus is on the team. Like, what were you doing this year? Played for Toronto. Played 16 games. So he played in the NHL. Okay. Okay, let's do roster moves here quick. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We can go ahead a couple weeks. Let's see what happens when we get to the Leafs up here. 5-1 win. 7-4 win. And then an OT loss, we'll take the point. Shootout loss, take the point. Shootout win. So we got points in our last 5. And then we hit our first loss against Florida. I'm not going to argue. Okay. We got points in all but one game, it looked like. All but this game. We got points since just after the deadline. Let's take a look. How we're doing. Let's take a look at our lines. That's not us. Edit lines. There you go. Here. I guess Wasselin is doing stuff. He's got 3 goals. I don't know. Effective on the 4th line. What about Tapper? Also effective on the 4th line. Right. So, despite the fact that we have Owen Tippett scratch, Reichel is out because he's hurt. I don't know about Maximus here. What we're gonna do? Get Maximus some time here. See what he actually is. Okay, why is Chalk down here? He was like our second line center not too long ago. Makes no sense. Just weird. It's just weird. Okay. It's just odd. Okay. Alright, get update times. Let's go. Okay. Five on 3, nothing occurs. Unfortunate. Okay. Wallander scores in the 3rd. 1-0 Leafs. Wallander? Not Wallander. Duda puts one in on the power play. 2 power play goals. Duda scores another. 3-0 Toronto. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. Bloomquist 24 stops, Duda, and Nyes with 2 assists. Okay. Not what I was hoping for. Owen Tippett is pissed off. We all know. Go up to Ottawa here. We're out of wild card position for the moment. We win one against the Flyers. The Leafs are top of our division. Okay. So the Leafs are not nothing. They got 103, we're at 92. The Flyers have 116. Okay. Sens are out of the picture. The Canadians are just below us. The Canadians, those matchups are important. So let's do those. Since we're running low on the time today. 3-1 win against Ottawa. 4-0 win against New Jersey. Take a 4-1 win against the Islanders. That locks up our playoff spot. 98 points. So we're 4 ahead of the Canadians. Okay, so we're guaranteed a playoff spot. It's just whether it's a wild card spot and we play the Flyers. No. The Leafs, or we play the Panthers. So let's see how we do against Montreal. We need to win, I think, at least one of these. One of these last 2 games against Montreal to keep them down, basically. Hot start, 7 shots off the hop. DuPont scores on Schmid. Okay, Akira Schmid's in this one. Okay. Nothing happens in the second. Okay, Carlson puts one in on Dobish. Makes it 1-1. I mean, if we can take a point from each, or take a point from one and win the other, that'd be even better. Nope, Cole Caulfield says, excuse me, no points for you tonight, sir, unless you can do something about it. Which we're not doing something about it. Okay. Alright, Noah Dobson just piles on. Okay, so we gotta take the second one. Unless we can win things in between. Dobish with 31, Dobson 1-1, Caulfield with 1. So that doesn't bode overly well. Last game of the season against Montreal. Let's see how much it matters. We're in the playoffs for sure. Just who we face is like what's being determined. Okay, we lose both games. That's not good. We have a shot here? Okay, so this matters. So I think if we can get a point out of this... No, we'll have to win. We have to win to face the Panthers. Otherwise, we're facing the Leafs. Okay. Last game of the season. We have a slightly better record than Montreal. Rasmus Dahlin scores straight away. It looks like their backup is in. Okay. 1-0 after 1. 1-0 after 2. Lejunin puts one in, gives us the insurance. See what Montreal does. It's looking good. All right, I think we locked down third in the division over Montreal. Wolf decided to have a game, 30 stops. Coco also had one too, 34 stops, just not enough. Rasmus Dahlin with 1. And I think that locks up third place for us. Yeah, 100 points. 100 points, third in the division. We'll be playing the Panthers to start the playoffs. The Canadiens will end up facing the Leafs. And the Penguinos get the Flyers. So that's kind of cool. You got the Leafs and Canadiens on one side, and then you got the Battle of Pennsylvania on the other. Pretty good. Well, owner wanted us to finish first in the conference. Didn't quite happen. We got the Panthers in the first round. How we looking? On our side, it is the Leafs and the Canadiens. It's us versus the Panthers. It's Columbus versus New York. And it's the Battle of Pennsylvania with the Pens versus the Flyers. On the other side, the Oilers have the Sharks. Blackhawks have Las Vegas. Anaheim has Calgary. And the Preds have the Avalanche. Let's take a look at how things went down in the season. What am I doing? Nobody knows their stats are wrong. So we ended up with a record of 47, 29, and 6. On our team, Rasmus Dahlin led the way with 78 points. He had 59 assists, 19 goals. Logan Cooley had 76. Carlson had 64. Lejunin had 60. Gauthier had 57. Owen Power 52. Reichel had 45 with 28 goals. That brings us to the goals. Lejunin had 41. Good on him. Good on him. Reichel 28 goals. Ladipov 22. Carlson 21. Rasmus Dahlin 19. Cooley 17. Cutter Gauthier 17. So that's okay. How did the goalies fare? I mean, Dustin Wolf was pretty dang good. 35, 14, and 5 with 3 shutouts, a 9-18 and a 2-3-7. I mean, that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. How did he do league-wide? League-wide? Wallstead had 46 wins. Oh my goodness. 46, 13, and 3 with a 929 and a 215 for the Flyers. In terms of wins, Wolf was down here. Save percentage was pretty good. I mean, let's change minimum 20 games. Wow. There's some pretty good goaltenders out there, save percentage wise. Goals against average. Wolf cracked the top 5. That is fun. Oh no, sorry, bud. 6-9 and 3 with an 899 and a 298 in 22 games played for Ellis. Rough. All right. Entire league, all skaters. Austin Matthews, 36-year-old Austin Matthews with 116 points and 67 goals. Goodness. Celebrini was 103, 59, 61 goals and 101 for Michkov. Natchez was 101 and 23 goals. Willie for the Florida Panthers had 99 with 45 goals. Bedard, 95 points with 52. Noah Dobson, 84 points with 22 goals. Goodness. Check out the goals. I'm assuming it's Austin Matthews, 67, Michkov, 61, Celebrini, 59, Bedard, 52, Willie, Brady Tkachuk of the Utah Mammoth. Cole Caulfield had 42. Lejunin was our top player with 41. All right. All right, let's we're going to basically call it a day here. We do have to make sure that we sufficiently gouge our fans. We have to do that. There we go. But not too much gouging. Let's only gouge them a bit. Let's just under the gouging situation. There we go. Make everybody feel a little better. Everybody will be happy with the ticket prices. You know. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. How's our injuries going? Reichel's still out. Tippett's just hanging around, probably pissed off. That's fine. Defense, looking okay. Owen Power's a little hurt. Rasmus Dahlin is a 99. What? That's just insane. A 99. Goodness. I don't know what to say. Okay. All right, we'll call it there. That's enough for today. Next week will be it for the Save the Sabres series. It's cup or bust. We win a cup this time, we celebrate. We don't win a cup, we lament, weeping and gnashing of teeth, and all that business. And then we move on to what do we do about those Leafs? And I think that's what we'll start. Probably 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks or 3. I don't know. Depends how things go. Maybe we'll take a break and then get back to it. Depends how things are, how excited I am and whatnot. Anyway, that'll be all for today, though. Thank you for your time. Appreciate every minute you spend with me. Have yourself a good weekend, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye for now, folks.